Wow, that was dead center.
Wow.
Hello there folks, and welcome back to Bullets for Bucks. My name's Steven, and today we're reviewing this awesome rifle scope. This is the Athlon Cronus BTR Gen 2 4.5-29x56 rifle scope. This scope is specifically designed for ELR shooting or high-level PRS competition level shooting. But it works absolutely great, of course, for recreational long-range shooting as well. The scope itself is 4.5-29 power, so it's a variable power scope with magnification up to 29 times. Features a 56mm objective for excellent light gathering, has a huge, nice eye box, so you can get an easy, quick sight picture in this scope with adequate eye relief. The center tube on this, or the middle tube on this, is 34mm, so it gives you enough size in the erector area to be able to get this to have a huge elevation adjustment or maximum adjustment of 110 MOA for those ELR shooting events and matches. It features a hard anodized finish that is scratch and abrasion resistant, as well as top-of-the-line Japanese glass that is fully multi-coated. It's not only coated to be abrasion and scratch resistant, but it's fully multi-coated to give you an excellent sight picture. Also, it features argon purging, so it's fully fog-proof, waterproof, and shock-proof as well. The scope itself is made of 61 T6 aluminum, so it's extremely durable. It has an exit pupil of 8.8 to 1.9 millimeters. Eye relief is 3.6 inches to 3.8 inches, so it's adequate enough eye relief even at high powers so that you can stay comfortable behind the rifle and not accidentally scope yourself and quickly acquire your target or sight picture, I should say. The field of view at 100 yards is 24.8 feet, or at the lowest magnification, and 3.83 at the highest magnification. It has 110 minutes of elevation adjustment and 64 minutes of windage adjustment, so plenty adequate for that PRS and ELR shooting or recreational long range or extreme long range shooting. It has exposed tactical turrets, which we'll get into in a second. It has an overall length of 14.4 inches and weighs 35.8 ounces. Now, this scope is made in Japan front to back, so the glass and the scope itself fully made in Japan. The turrets on this, like I said, are open tactical turrets. They're extremely audible and tactile, incredibly audible and tactile, extremely tight. There's absolutely no slop in them whatsoever for both the windage and the elevation. Has an excellent side parallax adjustment with markings from 25 yards up to 1600 yards numerically and then to infinity. Has a illuminated reticle. This is the APLR 5 reticle. So it has a Christmas tree style reticle with hash marks every 4 MOA, 8 MOA, 16 MOA, because that's the most useful. Actually, it has numeric values, and then it has hash marks for every MOA in between that for both the windage and the elevation. It has that illuminated reticle dial on the left side here and has an on-off setting. So every click, it goes on, off to the next illumination setting, and it has 11 illumination settings. This scope has an incredible 50 minutes of elevation per rotation, which is absolutely incredible. So you can really quickly dial up. It also has a secondary numeric numbering system that gives you those numbers all the way up to 49. So that's really nice and makes it quicker to dial out for long range and ELR range shooting. The hash marks on the scope turret match perfectly with the hash marks on the scope body for both the windage and the elevation, as well as it has full revolution indicator on the scope body, so every revolution is going to tell you how many you went up. It has a hard positive zero stop that is perfect and easy to adjust. You simply remove the cap and then adjust a collar inside. The magnification ring is easy to adjust. It's got nice rubberized knurling, and it's very smooth with no hiccups or grime, as well as the fast focus eyepiece at the rear, extremely easy to adjust, no problems there. So we're going to test this out to 100 yards for groups, and then we're going to test it out to 400 yards today. In the future, we're going to take this out to 2,000 yards in a chassis rifle system to see how it performs. So stay tuned for those videos, as well as look back at the videos where I go over more the nitty-gritty details and specs of this scope. Glass is absolutely amazing. Beautiful colors, no significant edge distortion. At 29 power, you're going to get some edge distortion, but for what it is, very, very good. No chromatic aberration whatsoever.
That's pretty good. 200 yards.
Illumination doesn't flood or wash out at all. There's no like halo effect around it.
Trigger's not as good as those 204s, isn't it? Just a little more.
Wow, that was dead center.
Wow. But not bad.
Let's try one more here.
Go ahead. Should be able to hold dead center.
Wow.
Here, let's do this. Yeah, there you go. Good.
Ooh, pulled that last one. Still not a bad group. Alright folks, so now we're going to take this Athlon Cronus BTR Gen 2 out to 200, 300, and then 400 yards and see how it does. Using the Hornady 225 grain ELDM factory loads. Start at that 200 yard mark. Parallax seems to be working very well. Illuminated reticle is very crisp and clean. No issues whatsoever there. Smoked that plate. Let's go ahead and now take it out to the 300 and see how it does. Let's try 400 yards.
Yep.
Alright folks, so in closing, this Athlon Cronus BTR 4.5-29x56 rifle scope, man that's a mouthful, performed absolutely flawlessly. It adjusts extremely accurately. Love these turrets. They're so freaking stiff and positive and tactile, super positive, very audible, and there's literally no slop in them whatsoever. This is the Athlon Cronus BTR Gen 2, by the way. The Gen 1 I heard had some issues with the turrets. This Gen 2 definitely takes care of those. The glass is absolutely excellent. Didn't notice any chromatic aberration. Very little to no perceivable edge distortion. So hold zero, return to zero, tracks appropriately. Really liking this rifle scope. Look forward to taking it out to 2,000 yards later on this year.